Here you can see a lot of pyramids. All ancient, well-developed civilization, they built pyramids in different areas of the planet. And these pyramids had different shape, different configurations, because they have been built and used for different purposes. Next one. So today, I will try to show you and explain to you and give you some ideas why and what for the pyramid were built for. Next slide. And as I told you, they were a sacred times in our history when the knowledge about pyramids had been spread among ancient priests, and they had been teaching each other using very interesting ancient appearances and other, pyramids and temples and other carriers of information. And next, please. And today, we will try to touch 12 main stimulus, which persuade and made ancient builders immediately to start building the pyramids and to use them for very interesting purposes. Next slide. All ancient texts clearly says that the knowledge in ancient times have been received from very highly developed civilization. And it's clearly said that this civilization had an extraterrestrial origin. Today, I'm going to bring you some details. And please remember these details, because they will help you in the future deeper understand what actually took place in our solar system for the last 20,000 years. And you will understand the origin of all our problems on our planet. Those who gave us that knowledge, they were not from far located galaxies. They were even not be from the other part of our galaxy. Those who came to us, landed on our planet, and then gave us knowledge, they were living on the planet situated in our solar system. That were Mars, ancient name of the Mars, Nibiru. Keep in mind, Nibiru is the Mars. And the planet that have been destroyed, Maldek, or ancient Sumerian name, Tiamat. For us, it is very important to know where they come from, because being in our solar system, it says that they have the same genetics as we have. And it means that all the technologies that they have developed during their period of life can be easily turned to us, and we can use it just without any preparation. Next slide, please. An indication that those Nephil, gods of the sky, came from Mars can be found in the surviving monuments in Mexico. This is Teotihuacan. the heart of the civilization. Important is that this complex was conceived, designed, and constructed as embodiment in the stone of a model of the solar system. Next slide, please.
Next slide.
The first pyramid is the pyramid called the moon. Second, in the middle, the pyramid of sun. And third one, the pyramid of Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl. And you see the road that goes through the whole complex. Next slide. It is sufficient to place a structural map of the solar system of the photograph of the complex taken from the height of almost 5 kilometers. And everything becomes clear. Next slide. You see, we put the orbit and we immediately see the pyramid of Quetzalcoatl. It's Mars. In the middle, we have the sun and the Earth. The main pyramid of the complex model the orbital position of the sun, Mars, and the Earth. Next slide, please. Also, another indication. The pyramid of the Earth, around 42 meters high, and the pyramid of the Quetzalcoatl, Mars, around 22 meters high, is equal to 10532, which corresponds exactly with the ratio of the equatorial diameter of these two planets. So as above, so below. Is another indication where they came from. Another final, please. So now we are looking from, let's say, from the skies, and you see this road. The line here shows the direction to the Northern Pole, present Northern Pole. And this line, which should go along the road of the complex, is displaced 15 degrees. And interesting is that ancient text says that Teotihuacan is the place where lived people who knew where gods were living and where they came from. Next slide, please. Here, the map of Mercator. You know this map. On this map, he shows the place where very highly earthly civilization have been situated. And all present investigators consider Hyperborea, the name of this civilization, have been situated in the middle of the Northern Ocean, ice ocean. But when you put this map like this, you see that it exactly shapes Greenland. So ancient civilizations have been situated in Greenland. So another slide. This is Kailash. It is important to stress here that according to the ancient texts, all ancient pyramids have been oriented on the northern pole. This is Kailash, one of the oldest structures on planet Earth. The plane of the northern side of Kailash is also displaced 15 degrees west. So, if we go along this line, please next slide, we go 7,000 kilometers and we come again to Greenland. Next slide, please. This is the Kailash. Kailash is so old that any possible or any reachable ancient texts, they have no even idea when it was built. This side, northern side, faces in darkness. This looks on the former northern pole. And the western side now is under the sun, directed to the other pyramid, the Pyramid of Atlantis. Please, next slide. This spot here on the Haji Ahmed map showed exactly where the Pyramid of Atlantis have been situated. And so, according to the principle of orientation, we see that Kailash is oriented to the north, to the Meru mountain, the sacred Meru. Meru looks south on this place where the Pyramid of Atlantis have been situated. And the western side of Kailash, through Giza, pay attention, exactly through Giza goes to this place. So here, on a very small island, the Pyramid of Atlantis have been situated. Next slide, please. This is the Pyramid of China. Most part of this pyramid also, little bit their orientation, their side, looks not on the direction of northern pole, little bit displaced. 7 degrees displacement. When what is important that this pyramid have been built and constructed according to the ancient canon, this special number of laws or knowledge according which all pyramids and temples have been constructed. It means that ancient canon means canon that have been in force, in power before flood. Next slide, please. So, and here you see again the Pyramid of China are looking on the north. Next slide, please. Here you can see the clear picture. I was trying to show you on a simple example how orientation of all ancient pyramids have been done exactly to the north, to the sacred Pyramid of Meru. Why? Because 80,000 years ago, exactly here, those who lived on Mars and Marduk landed and started their work for, they had actually practical purposes. Those who landed here, they had no, continuous and wide contact with all people. They contacted only with elite on that areas where they had their interests. North, in particular here, is important because the Pyramid of Meru, being on the north, have been situated on the most powerful energetic place of the planet. This is like a very deep breaking in the crust, where energy comes. On this place goes a very strong beam of energy up into the skies. Above the Earth, exactly at this area, there was an interplanetary station. It was a physical object with the help of which all pyramids have been communicating with Meru Pyramid and then Meru Pyramid sent a signal to this, let's say, station, interplanetary station, and this station already retransmitted the signal to the other parts of solar system or of our galaxy. Let's go on. This very powerful energetic place-like being which ancient Egyptian called Ra is the place for transition. Next slide. No, previous slide. No. Back. Again, back. Here you can see the planets, and this is the breakings in the crust. Here you can see like the energy beams are going up from the surface of the planet. Next slide, please. When UFOs are flying from one dimension to another, they are using so-called time corridors. In this particular moment, I'd like to give you some other very interesting and important idea. Very few ancient texts says that cosmos, the space, our universe, has the shape of a skull. That's the reason why crystal skulls resonating with your skull can help install contacts somewhere in the universe, because universe has the same size, the same form, the form which is resonating. Let's go on. Next slide. Oops. No. Here you can see it's like a form of universe. Our brain, each cell of our brain is like a galaxy. Next slide, please understanding. And this is neuron. Here I'd like also to point out a very important moment. That this is exactly the principle how space and time is constructed. UFOs and highly developed civilizations, they do not fly. They make a transition from one dimension to another. And this neuron, it's like a space, like a place where a sun is situated, solar system. And between one solar system and the other solar systems, there are so-called time channels, exactly like this. The same principle. Next slide, please. And when you know this actual construction of space are all well-developed civilization, highly developed civilization, they know this principle, the capacity, the world is constructed like this. They are using these so-called chronic corridors, and they can make a step into the most far remote sub-space of universe. No longer than for 1 minute. Can you imagine? For 1 minute. And you are so far that we will not even able to explain it with our terms. Next slide, please. So, UFOs, all ancient civilizations, I mean those who came on the planet Earth, and present civilizations, highly developed civilization of the galaxies and the universe. They, I said, do not fly, they make a transition. And for this transition, again, I repeat, they use so-called chrono corridors. They just go through this channel and then move and they're here. Just short transition, and they are here. At least, just imagine when you, like UFO, it started to hover over the planet, and then just jump, just a step into the black hole. And endless distance. And you understand, you should know exactly where next moment you will find yourself. So for that reasons, the universe is already, let's say, investigated. And most developed civilizations, they installed the system of communication, and they have so-called the map of chrono corridors. But when they come to the planet, for example to planet Earth, they need to know exactly where next moment they will find themselves. For this, they need so-called GPS system on the planet Earth. Because these channels, it's like a transition, like a gate, like we usually say, portal. You can imagine it like this, if it's okay for you. Or you can imagine it like this, if it's okay for you. It doesn't matter. Next slide, please. But in reality, each planet has so-called GPS marker. So when UFO appears here, they are tuning on these GPS markers, and they jump out of the time corridor in a certain place. It is very, very important because spacecraft is very heavy. It's a technical device. And they need to know exactly the pressure of energetical field coming from the Earth. Otherwise, if they miss the place, okay, they will make a mistake for 2-3 kilometers, where the pressure is different. UFO appear, and then nothing to sit on, crash. This is the most often reason for the crash that happens with UFOs. Exactly for these reasons, on each planet, this well-developed, highly developed civilization installed these GPS markers, these systems. They installed them in the mountains, which had the form of the pyramid. Or even they somehow advised to people on the planet to build a pyramid, and then later they used this pyramid with the special devices inside as the GPS marker. Next slide, please. So the pyramid, Bosnian pyramid, one of the main purpose of the pyramid, this is my opinion, because I met the pyramids approximately with the same type of purpose. This is the GPS marker. And this beam goes up, and it's sometimes stronger, sometimes maybe less strong, but continuously giving a signal, pointing out the place where the pyramid stands and where they will find themselves if they make a jump. So, the ancient pyramids all over the world, on our planet, on the other planet, they have been used as GPS marker. And again, I would like to repeat that all these pyramids have been done from the hills or mountains. Sides have been cut, then covered with plates or concrete, properly oriented, and then this pyramid have been used as the GPS mark. At the same time, there are here many pyramids. They are looking on each other.
Ils se regardent entre elles.
For the next reason, next purpose, how such pyramid can be used is the very soft, positive influence on the humans living around. It's kind of a stimulation of creative abilities. And at the same time, the pyramid and the devices inside of the pyramid, they are gathering information. And then, as I told you before, this information is retransmitted to the Northern Pole. Here is well-known pyramid. You recognize this pyramid. This side is directed to the north. Next slide. And this is one of the ancient texts. Indirect reference to this cosmic device which is hovering over the planet, over the Northern Pole, can be found in ancient texts. According to the Avesta, it was created above the mountains by immortal holy ones. The ancient Indians retained a memory of it as the heavenly city of Amaravati, dwelling place of immortals. That is, located above the mountains Meru, the sacred center of the earth. And this has at least two meanings. That on one hand, those who landed here, their main base have been situated on Meru, on the northern part. And here on the drawing you can see the steps of this pyramid. On the other hand, there is a technical device which connects people with those ones living in the heaven. So an ancient text says that the aerial construction, not of the transitory world, served as a source of revelation of the knowledge and information. So even ancient text says that through this device, ancients were receiving information and advices and knowledge. Next one. And this is very interesting. This is a direct indication of the existence of a space station located above the pyramid of Meru, above the earth. This is the temple Wat Bang Ho in Thailand. And this temple is devoted to Pyramid Meru. And look what is interesting. The Meru is situated on the round rock, round earth. This is the embodiment of the earth. On the earth, on top, we see a pyramid. And that pyramid on top has a very strange, like technical shape. But what is interesting, you see, on top, there is strange, like a metallic object, hovering over the pyramid Meru. The Mahabharata speaks of the sacred mountain Meru as the dwelling of Dharma, which celestial and graces of heroes come. Again, it shows that something very important is situated on the north of our planet, over the north of our planet. And Egyptians also, they placed greatest mystery of gods on the northern sky. And here is the key. On 20th January 2010, while taking shots in an unusual green aurora borealis, the photographer Per Arne Mikkelsen captured this object. Here is the picture of this station. This station is interplanetary. It means sometimes it can be visible, sometimes invisible. visible and invisible. It's closely connected with activity of the core of the planet. When activity is growing up, the object appears. When activity slows down, object disappears. But object is always there. Next slide, point here, good. So, now you learn a little bit about the principles. These principles are one and the same for the last 10, 20, 30, 40,000 years. And all well-developed civilizations, they know about it and they are using this principle. So when those who lived on Mars and Maldives landed here, they started to teach, they gave advice to people how to build first complex of the pyramid for communication with extraterrestrials, with their, let's say, neighbors. Sure, they explained to people that if you build the pyramid, you will get unusual abilities. You will be living alone. You will be able to see what is under the ground. You will be able to see what is beyond the solar system. And even further, you will get unusual capacities. And it's really and naturally that people understood. So if they do it, they will receive the same power that the gods have. And people started to build pyramids. The first complex of the pyramid have been built in spiral. Again, the same principle. Human body and the planet Earth. There is a very important ancient text called Kabbalah. This is interesting, absolutely amazing information. Explains that human body, planet Earth, and universe have one and the same structure. Planet Earth has physical body, and human being has a physical body. We have energetical bodies, and planet Earth also has energetical bodies. We have 7 energetical bodies. Planet Earth also has 7 energetical bodies. Our spiral, the central stuff, it has vortex, energetic vortex. Planet Earth also has energetic vortex. Let's go on. This is, I was trying just to illustrate what it means. Body, planet, and this is a very important, how to say, so the first complex of the pyramid had been built from the South Pole in spiral to the Northern Pole. And this type of complex have been used for one main reason, for communication with the outer space civilizations. Next slide. This is ziggurat type pyramids. Exactly these pyramids, they perform the role of antenna for interplanetary communication. Let's go on. Next slide. One of the types of the pyramids that belong to the system of global communication, they have been built according to the principle. They embody in the shape of the pyramid parameters of the human body. This is a very important moment. Also interesting that the pyramid, the step pyramid, these ziggurats, which you now can see made of stone, and then ancient time, they have been made of metal. And there are texts which are saying that these ziggurats, they were like a lens of video or photo camera moving up and down, up and down. And the movement have been determined by the parameters of a human being. So the pyramid here have been tuned on the person living here, and some other parameters of the pyramid have been tuned on the person, for example, living on Mars. So tuning on each other, person who had been inside of the pyramid could communicate with anybody on Mars in the form of visions, telepathy, receiving information, well, actually knowledge and prediction about the future of our planet, which is also very, very important. This is one of the stimulus why pyramids have been built and how they were used. Next slide. Another very important aspect or way how the pyramids have been used, they were used to retrieve information about past and the future. Here I'd like to give you some additional explanation. According to ancient texts, there is no past and there is no future. Everything is going on now. For us, it sounds a little strange. Like for me, at that time it was a little bit strange. How is it possible? I remember that I was a child. I was a very small child. Now I'm a pretty grown man, and there will be a time when I pass away, okay? So, I have my past, present, and future. So, for a certain period of time, I was a little bit, disoriented, trying to find an answer, what it means. Until, working and pulling together the text of ancient Maya, Egyptian text, especially Maya, I found an explanation about actual construction, actually, of the world, of the universe, and our planet. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing stuff.